Last year, my husband and I spent about $60,000 on childcare. That's an insane number. And people often ask us how and why. Well, the how is the average cost of childcare for one kid in full-time daycare in our state here in Massachusetts is about $20,000. And so $60K for 4 kids isn't that bad, which is crazy to say. So that's how we spend that much, because it costs about $20,000 per kid to go to full-time care. Now, we have 4 kids. We have one in public school, so they just need after-school care. And we have one who's still at home. She's about 15 months old. She cannot get into daycare. There are no available spots for her until she's 2. And so we have in-home part-time help for her. And that's why we're not paying $80,000 a year. And the question people often have for us is, aren't there less costly options like in-home daycares or nannies? Well, nannies are more expensive, and in-home daycares have very limited availability, right? And their hours typically are not conducive to a working parent schedule. They close earlier, they have half-day Fridays, whatever it might be. And the spots are hard to come by, just like a center-based daycare. So that's how we spend this much money. The why? The why is because we both value working, and we see a future earning potential for us and our family that goes past the next 5 years. It is important for both of us to keep working, and for me to keep working, because the question is always, why don't I stay at home? For me to keep working because my earning potential will help support the future we hope to have for our family. We hope to be able to support our kids when going to college or buying their first home or whatever it might be. And we are privileged enough to earn enough money for it to make sense for us to both work. And I know that is incredibly privileged. And what fires me up about this childcare crisis is that we struggle and we are privileged. The average American cannot afford childcare. They cannot find childcare. And the fact that people are determining what their families look like based on these issues, the fact that childcare is inaccessible and unaffordable, is sad and devastating, because this did not plague previous generations. Nobody was saying, I'm only having 1 kid because I can't afford more daycare. I'm only having 1 kid because we can't get off a wait list for the first one, so I can't afford to have 2 kids at home with me while I work full time. Nobody was saying that before. This is a problem. This is a very real problem that's come about in the last 5 to 10 years, and something we need to talk about and talk about often, because it is hurting women. Women in particular are leaving the workforce in mass amounts. They are limiting their childbearing options, right? They're saying, I can only have one. I can only have one. If we have a third accidentally, it will devastate us financially. That is such a hard place to be. And we need to be doing more for families, because there is no world in which we should all be scared of our future because of the cost of childcare.